Hey man, Michael Griswold here. A lot of times guys want to know, hey, where do I find a date? And what do I say to a girl to get her to like me? How can I approach her in a way that doesn't come off looking weird and doesn't come off looking desperate and does come off looking attractive? On this video, I'm going to give you a couple tips that if you use them, they'll work. Because they're based on sound psychological principles of what women want. Now before I get to that, let me just tell you, frankly, what women want. Women want a man. They don't want a magician. They don't want a gimmick. They don't want some sort of comedian. They want a man. They want a man who is stronger than they are. They want a man who they can trust. And what that means is someone who is stronger than them emotionally. And you can show that to them in 5 seconds. And the way that you do it is how you approach them. You know, you may remember back in the day, your mom might have said, Johnny, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Well, Johnny, it's still the case now when you're talking to women. And that's going to be the case as you find out in this video. You see, when you go up to a woman, it's really all about how you do it. It's the feeling that you convey. You ever had that feeling where somebody, you probably had this before, maybe you're at a Barnes & Noble or something, some guy comes up to you and is like, hey man, and he's like got his hat on backwards and he's wearing baggy pants, and he's like, hey, do you want to really make some money from home? Because I'm making like a lot of money just from my, just from home. And you know, this guy's a liar. It's kind of how guys approach women sometimes. They say all the right things, but it just is a mismatch. Do you see what I'm saying? So the way that you approach her makes all the difference. And you don't even have to say anything, and you can convey the feeling. But this is something that works really well. It's a great way to open a conversation with her and to make her feel good. Look, forget everything that you've heard from any kind of pickup artists or any kind of cool guys who are supposedly having sex with models every night. Girls don't want to be put down. Girls don't want to be insulted. Girls don't want to be disrespected. Girls want to feel good about themselves. They spend all of their time looking at themselves in the mirror. They're so insecure looking at all these other models all over the place that they want someone to make them feel good about themselves. And if you can do that, then she'll like you. You'll at least have her attention. So here's what you can do. Let's say you see a girl, and it doesn't matter where. The beauty about this is you can meet this girl on the street. You can meet her at a coffee shop. You can meet her at a bookstore. You can meet her at work. For God's sake, you can meet her at a grocery store. As a matter of fact, you can meet her on the interstate. Did that one time, which was hilarious. I'll tell you that another time. But here's what you do. You go up to the girl and you say, hey, you look really pretty today. What's your name? It's just that simple. And the way that you communicate it makes all the difference. By just walking up and saying nonchalantly, hey, you look really pretty today. What's your name? You give her this feeling of being a woman and being in the presence of a man. For a guy to go up to a woman and nonchalantly compliment her and say, hey, you look really pretty today. What's your name? This accomplishes a number of things. First, it gives her a compliment. Regardless of what you may have heard, women actually love to be complimented. The reason that compliments don't work is so often guys use compliments to make themselves feel better. They use compliments because they are nervous, and so they're complimenting to try to calm themselves down. But if you can give a compliment generously and as a gift, women actually love it because they feel noticed. They feel appreciated. They feel like the hour and a half or more that they spent doing their hair and makeup actually went noticed by somebody. And then there's a subtle psychological trick here. Hey, you look really pretty today. What's your name? There's two things here. First, the thing you look really pretty today makes her feel special about today. A lot of pretty girls get hit on all the time and, oh, you're so hot. That sucks. That's generic. That's a guy trying to make himself feel comfortable. But when you say, hey, you look really pretty today, that makes her feel like today is special. And it is. Because she does look very pretty today. You don't know what she looks like any other day. She could be dressed in sweatpants and a t-shirt every other day for all you know. But today, she looks pretty. And you can tell her that. And then the other thing is, hey, you look really pretty today. What's your name? You've probably had this situation before where you're talking to a friend or maybe even somebody you don't know, and you give them a compliment. Hey man, that was a really great job. And if you don't know them very well, they might deflect it. And they might be like, oh, well, it was just doing my job. And you don't get to give them the compliment because they push it away. It's human nature. We don't like to seem arrogant. So what you can do is, hey, you look really pretty today. What's your name? By following your compliment with a question, you distract her mind from the compliment so that the compliment kind of sneaks in through the back door, so to speak, and gives her the question to focus on, which creates an awesome experience because she gets to feel great and answer your question, which means ipso facto, immediately you're in a conversation. And here's the bonus, the best part, is you're in a conversation where she wants to talk to you. The reason she wants to talk to you is because you made her feel good. And you are in a position of strength. She is a woman in the presence of a man. And you don't have to do this bantering thing. You don't have to be quick-witted. You don't have to say things that are going to come across as rude or disrespectful. You simply get to have a conversation that's without any anxiety. And then you end the conversation with, hey, listen, you're really cool. You seem like I would really like to get to know you. What do you say we hang out sometime? Now listen, is that going to work every time? No. Is the sun going to shine every day? No. Nothing is going to work every time. But here's the beauty of doing this. One, most women are going to love it. Two, you get to feel good about yourself. Three, you don't have to be embarrassed if you're out with your friends and you want to talk to a girl and you don't want to sound like an idiot. And four, you get her respect regardless of whether you get her number. And listen, women want to be loved, no doubt about it. But we as men, we want to be respected. We want to feel like we are living our lives in a way that is worthy of respect. By using this approach, you get to accomplish all of them. And then, perhaps, if the situation is right, if you like her, and this is important, you get to choose. Because you took the initiative, because you were the courageous one to take the initiative to put yourself on the line, you get to choose whether you like her. If you choose to like her, then you have a solid foundation on which to stand and to build a great, satisfying, passionate relationship. Before I close this video, let me tell you one other bonus benefit of using this method. That when you set yourself up as a man worthy of respect, you give the woman the opportunity to surrender. And when a woman surrenders to you, not only do you get to enjoy her more, not only do you get to love her more, but every other part, including your sex, is so much better because she gets to open up to you and you get to enjoy it. My name is Michael Griswold. For more tips and insights, click on the link below and I'll see you at irresistibleconfidenceblueprint.com.